Today I'm here with Rob from Thinkific.
What's up, guys?
Something's going to pop up right here for
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Good. It's good to be here.
Yeah. Thanks for coming down.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll start off.
Okay.
Can you tell us a bit about what Thinkific does?
Okay, so Thinkific is an online course platform. It's basically like Shopify, but for online courses.
Cool.
So you can build your online course. We'll house all of your content, all your videos, audio, your quizzes, your PDFs. Everything is all in one place. And then it connects into other third-party tools. So you can connect your payment gateways, PayPal, Stripe, all of like your email marketing tools like Aweber and ActiveCampaign and everything else. So it's basically like your hub for your online courses.
Cool. That's sweet. And then you guys obviously have like a really cool portal in terms of like marketing those courses out to people.
Yeah. So then like we have a bunch of resources to help people market their courses. So it's not like a marketplace. So it's not like maybe you guys are familiar with like Udemy or
Skillshare or something.
Skillshare.
Right.
Where it's like a marketplace, so it's kind of like Amazon,
yeah,
where you like
right.
put up your or like eBay, where you put up your products, and then there's some marketplace there.
Right.
This is for entrepreneurs. That's typically who we target. So people that are building their own businesses that have their own brands. So they sell it under their own brand. Our whole goal is to be white labeled.
Right.
So.
Cool.
Disappear in the back end.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And what do you do for Thinkific specifically?
So, officially, I'm the social media and community manager.
Right.
And then also work alongside the partnership team. So some of the software partners and also influencer partners.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. Do you like it?
Love it. I love
That's
it.
good.
Yeah. I get to like test out different strategies and like different technology every day. So.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's great. It's
Sweet.
great.
And you got a good view of the mountains here.
Yeah. Days like this.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, I wanted to ask you, since you're dabbling in social media a lot,
Mm-hmm.
what are you seeing as a trend that's emerging for this year? And do you have any predictions for 2019 in terms of, I don't know, maybe major changes or just things that you're focusing on?
Yeah, so actually this is really interesting. I was at a workshop that Hootsuite ran on Monday, a couple days ago.
Nice.
Anyways, so a lot of things that they talked about that was going to happen in 2019 is kind of like what we were kind of gearing towards anyway. So I think this year videos is just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. LinkedIn Live is going to be going out pretty soon. I think I saw one of my buddies had access to it yesterday, and so
Right.
it looked really clean, really interesting platform for that. So we're doubling down on videos. Communities. So last year there was a lot of stuff about privacy and like, Cambridge Analytica and all that stuff. So a lot of people retreated back to smaller communities.
Mm-hmm.
So private Facebook groups is huge.
Right.
So we're doubling down on our community.
Right.
So we have a private Facebook group, Thinkific Studio. And then a lot of just like behind the scenes, direct messaging and like engagement on that side. So that's kind of what I see this year.
Cool. Yeah, LinkedIn is like pretty big time for us this year too.
Yeah.
I wonder how fast they're gonna roll with that LinkedIn Live, because that's like, video could seem to engage better everywhere, but especially on LinkedIn. Especially when you get like, I find the content on LinkedIn that does really well, from my experience, is just like raw, real content, like kind of tackling an issue that people actually want to see, because LinkedIn in some ways is like Facebook, where there's a lot of like garbage on the timeline sometimes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if you can bring value, I think that's a great way to use LinkedIn. So I'm trying to double down on that. I need to get more into it and actually focus on putting some stuff out there. But
yeah,
cool.
it's like for a lot of the younger people, it's sort of like just coming around to LinkedIn.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Yeah. So
That's
it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be the year of the LinkedIn influencer.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, you never know.
Just like Instagram, we got to shift over there.
Yeah,
so.
that's right.
Yeah, cool. Another question for you.
Yeah.
You've been doing a podcast for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
What's your podcast called?
So there's one that we're building for Thinkific.
Right.
And there's one that I started. It's Cool Dad Academy. So it's just like for dads.
So, okay, nice. Cool Dad Academy?
Yeah, Cool Dad Academy.
That's dope.
So it's just like, not necessarily me as a cool dad, but just like dads in general are cool to someone, especially their kids. So so that one's been fun to build. It's kind of a passion project, I guess.
Nice.
Podcasts are like another thing, I guess, I think in 2019.
Right.
I don't know if it's a new trend or anything. It's been around forever, right? But,
yeah.
I just feel like people are like, they like audio.
Yeah,
like
totally.
a lot of the tools that I use, like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, they have like audio direct messaging. Right. So a lot of people just like audio. So yeah.
Totally. Yeah, there's a lot of predictions around audio becoming like, search audio and everything being just taking over text completely in some ways.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely, I think something cool.
And like Alexa and all that stuff.
Totally.
It's like another space that I have no idea about.
Yeah.
But apparently people are using that. Or like,
totally.
Hey, can you search whatever, like online course platform?
Right. Well, things change so fast. It's going to be crazy for sure. Yeah. So since I'm new to the podcast game, I'm new to the video podcast game, I wanted to ask you what you think is a podcast or a video that makes you watch, that makes you stick around and consume the content longer. Because I feel like I don't think the market's saturated by any means, because I think, like we said, audio is so huge, and just the long form conversation with shows like Joe Rogan, where they can sit there and talk for 4 hours. People are consuming that content, rather and as well as the 7-minute interviews as well. So, what makes you stick around when you see a piece of content, like whether it's entertainment or business? Like,
so, well, for me, I typically gravitate to like educational content. So not like boring, but like, if it's entertaining, it's awesome. But typically it's like, am I going to learn something? So that's just me. A lot of people will like, I know a lot of colleagues will just like, they like comedy and like different kind of podcast content, but I just like entertaining. So, there's a few that I typically listen to, and they're like around marketing and stuff like that. So that's kind of what so for me, for the podcast that I'm trying to build out, is the idea is to be educational.
Right.
So, is this something that actually brings value? Is this something that's teaching somebody something that they can apply to what they do? Even with like the video content that we're creating, so we create a lot of video content, live stream content, probably 2 or 3 times a week. On the Thinkific channel, and so it's always some type of educational content. So.
Cool. Yeah. No, it's fun, like breaking into the space and just figuring out how to bring people value on a general level, but also like very specific level in terms of using different tools and different techniques and talking about them. So stoked. If you had one thing to tell other social media managers out there, a piece of advice to leave them with, what would that be? Yeah,
I think this is just something that even I try to practice, is just be focused. I think, a lot of people have imposter syndrome, and they want to be everywhere, they want to be on LinkedIn and YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and have a group and, have like, all the channels. So I think, you focus on 2 or 3, do those really well, rather than like, 5 or 6 different channels that you do really poorly. And then, once you have those established channels, then add on other ones and repurpose.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talk about just like how 2019 is also the year of like the one-on-one engagement, because we went so wide before, where it was like, oh, here's your 20,000 impressions, but it's like, but where's the DM that you got about your product? Where's the like comment section where you're like back and forth with people? I think that takes the grunt work, and in a world of like bots and automation, it can be tough. But I think people are craving that one-on-one conversation for sure. So. And hopefully that's kind of the point of social media, I guess, in the first place. So
Exactly. Yeah, I think Facebook came out that like even they're giving weight to people that you are DMing. If there's engagement behind the scenes, then your feed content is actually getting showed to them even more. So DMs.
DMs.
Yeah,
big
that's where
time.
you win. Yeah.
Totally. Totally. Cool. Well, Rob, I appreciate it. Thanks for sitting down with me and chatting social media for a bit. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.